Okay, let's start. Hello, everybody. My name is Artem Bukovets. I want to share with you my experience and my thoughts about this topic. Values on words versus values in hearts, or how to fuck up with process without culture. Because sometimes we bring some process with us and say, yeah, do it. And culture still not ready. And then some interesting situations started. I will share some slides. But before I want to share something about me so you know my name, and also I want to tell a bit about my career. I'm agile coach at Levi9 and also have my own consulting with different startups in Ukraine, and not only. I am CEO at Start IT company. It's training center for those who want to start their career in IT as a quality assurance engineer and successfully grow as a QA engineers. I have different certifications from Scrum Alliance, CSM, CSPO, CSP, CAL1, and from Kanban University. I'm best QA of Ukraine a few years ago. And also I'm a teacher, lecturer at Kyiv Polytechnical University. I'm teacher of discipline, software quality and testing. And also I'm happy father of Sofia. She's somewhere near. It's my energizer. It's my positive motivation to be woke up in the morning and share some experience. So, quick voting. Have anybody faced with skepticism about Scrum, Agile? Have you heard something? Oh, Scrum doesn't work. Why we should do it? Yeah, some guys in this room. Yeah, and maybe somebody of you said this in the past. Have we such guys? Yeah, few guys. Oh, Scrum doesn't work. Scrum is bullshit. Yeah, but have you heard sometime maybe in the past like the spoon is bullshit. Spoon doesn't work. Or fork doesn't work. Fork is awful. Don't use forks. You're not so old. Yeah, but definitely it was some time when human decide to use some tools to eat, not eat by hands. And somebody definitely say something like this. Yeah, yeah. Use knife and hands. Or maybe rifle and then hands. So Scrum is only tool. So why people say that it doesn't work? Maybe they use it somehow incorrectly, or it was brought in some abnormal way to the people. So they do not understand why they should use it. And of course, managers, leaders, CEOs, Scrum Masters, delivery managers, a lot of decision makers looking for reasons, looking for root cause, why it doesn't work. It tried to provide some solution to the teams as soon as possible. We need to fix it. We need to be more successful. We need to deliver values more often. Yep. What they usually do, they look here, somewhere at the top, and say, okay. Let's invite some consultant. I don't know. Let it be the best consultancy in our country, and they will definitely give us solution. Then some person outside the company come to the company, and in a best case, he spent 1 week as observer, and then starting propose some solutions from his previous experience, from his previous teams. But it's not silver bullets, and sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes, maybe. They say, oh, okay, we will ask some external facilitator to make a retrospective for this team. And after this one retrospective, they will understand the value and everything changes immediately. Scrum will work, everything will work. But again, not always it starts working after such ideas, after such cases. So we are looking here often. Then we try to go deeper and find real root cause, how to fix the situation, and what's the most popular impediments of implementing Scrum. Yes, most popular impediments. Why do we fail? One of them, like some Scrum Master inspired after course, after maybe certification, go to company and say, yeah, you know, we may use Agile or Scrum. It gives us many new opportunities. We could change requirements on the way. We could work with the feedback from client, from real customers, and based on this, we would make a better things and make people awesome. Maybe add some more value and more often delivery. It's very nice. And his manager say, you know, yeah, it's very interesting. Look, this is your new project. with fixed deadline, fixed scope, and fixed quality, of course. And you can be agile inside this triangle. Okay, use it. Yeah. Have you seen sometimes implementation of agile like this? So yeah, you could make Scrum, but it would be fixed scope, fixed quality, fixed time, milestones, release once per 2 year. Very nice agile. Why it doesn't work? Strange. Some other case why we sometimes fail. Evolution or revolution, how we implement it. I've seen such situation, and I think that somebody of you too, when manager or CEO come to the big group, say we need a quick meeting of all of us. Today is Friday. From Monday, we go agile. From Monday, let's build Scrum. I've heard that our competitors use Scrum and they are successful, more successful than we are. So it's just right time to start. And what? Scrum from Monday? Nice. What changes? Oh, many things changes. From the Monday, your project manager would not be a project manager. And who he is? He would be a Scrum Master. Nice. What else? From Monday, each day at the morning, you will spend 15 minutes saying what you've done, what you're planning to do. The name of this event is Daily Stand-Up. You will be Agile and Scrum from Monday. Okay, we could do it. And also, you should be autonomous, you know? You should be autonomous. Nobody will say what you should do. Be more initiative. From Monday, you have 2 days, weekends. Just switch your mindset. It's very easy. Yeah, and we try to do revolutionary changes in 2 days. And then we, in a few months, say, oh, it doesn't work. It is really bad tool. Why we decide to use Scrum? Let's try Safe, yeah, or something else. We're trying to switch tools, not improving ourselves, not really looking for root cause and how it could be fixed. Yep. Another potential impediment. Okay, we want to do Scrum, but it's so risky. Let's try it on some pilot team. One small team, we will do Scrum there, and then we will look how it's going. In a few months, this team in such organization, yeah, and this is Little Red Thing, is our agile project, with many dependencies, with hierarchy, with structure of organization, trying to do, yeah, iteration, incremental approach. But all other company is still top to bottom waterfall company with long-term planning, and some team like this who is connected with our red happy agile team come to them and say, yeah, you know, we will provide you with this API. I think in 1.5 years we have a major release, so be prepared. Say, but we are making client. We need this functionality as up. Yeah, of course, go to our project manager and we will do it for you. And yeah, they try to do isolated Scrum in not prepared structure, and of course sometimes it could be not very successful. What else? Another kind of impediment on implementing. Manager as a firefighter. You know such kind of manager? Who was such manager? Yeah, there is a fire in the hole, I will help you. And from the Monday, he would be a Scrum Master. Facilitator, observer, mentor, coach. Yep. Not directly providing solution, just coaching the team so they could be self-organized, autonomous, enough well aligned with the company strategy. And they sitting, looking on the fire and say, screw working if the boss aren't looking. Boss is not here, as usually. We will wait for him. He's a fireman. We will wait for him. Have you seen such teams in software development? I've seen many, really many teams. And what about values? Yeah, the topic was about values. So let's go to the values. I try to go from the top of this tree of root causes to roots. Yeah, from leaves to roots. Are they really so important? Are they really that important in this process? I remember the time when Scrum.org announced that soon it would be a new version of Scrum Guide. And some whispering starts. Guys discussing with each other what it should be. Maybe they will describe many teams in one organization using Scrum. Maybe they will add information about Agile at scale, how to scale, because it's really need to be discussed. Maybe new roles, some roles related to integration, yes, like train engineer in SAFe, like integration team in Nexus or something like this. No. Maybe they will explain how to make release planning for big releases, for big enterprise companies. And everybody wait for something. And then, ta-da, 6th July, new Scrum, new version, new Scrum guide, values. And that's it. Few sentences, 5 words, big, huge release of Scrum guide. What was the reaction of community? During preparation to these slides, I've read many forums, many comments on blogs, and so on. I collected some feedbacks from there. Really? Yeah, huge release of Scrum Guide. And it's all? Only words? Is it a religion, or it's a framework? It's a methodology? What kind of values? Yeah? Where is scaling? I wait for scaling. It's a quote from forum. What are we, kids in an army camp? Do we need a Scrum Master who will tell us about some values? No, we're engineers, we're mature. We do not need some alignment with other one values, yeah, because we're mature enough. That was reaction. To say the truth, first day, maybe first few days, I was somewhere near. So why? Why this? My expectation was here, and when I read this update, I was struggling. But a few days later, I read it one more time and take more time to think about and looking on this sentence, I understand the real value of this new release. Success of Scrum depends on people becoming more proficient in living these 5 values. And then I make a pause, look back on my previous project. I worked in more than 12 or 15 teams, different teams on different projects, as a team member, as a Scrum Master for few teams, and also I've worked as a consultant external for the teams for more than 20 teams. And I start map all these events, what I faced previously with lack of values. I start looking for some, signals when we are in a case that we have lack of values and how it could be related with the fail of implementation of Scrum. By the way, implementation is not the best word to use at the start of the process when we want to move to Scrum. So I think that it is a very important sentence, and even once this sentence really changed a lot in Scrum Guide. I will try to explain why. The authors of Scrum Guide says that when the team realize all these 5 values and start working accordingly, after this, 3 main pillars of Scrum, which is transparency, inspection, and adoptions, really opening and start improving your processes. And only after this you could achieve all features, killing features of Scrum Framework. So that's why it's so important. Imaginary situation, or not very imaginary. Development cycle, Friday afternoon, maybe Friday evening, commit, push, run, everything crashed. Yep. Have you seen such situations? Friday releases, yeah, it's classical situation. How it could be mapped on values from Scrum Guide? Maybe we have a lack of courage to not deliver undone software. Yeah, we're not courageous enough to say, no, we will wait till Monday, because it's still not done. We are scared that somebody will blame us. That's why we commit, push, run. Not enough courage. Maybe it's about focus. Focus on the work of the sprint and the goals during the sprint, not wasting time on other activities. And in this case, it wouldn't be needed to release on Friday. You could be more focused and you release on Thursday if you focused enough well. Are we use enough openness about our progress during daily stand-ups? Does anybody else knows about the plan of this guy to commit, push, and run on production? Does anybody other knows about current progress on his tasks, about the current quality of his code, about the integration, tests, and so on? Did he was open enough before to the team? Do we respect each other enough? Yes? Because if he does so, all the team under fire after such event. Does he respect enough well his customer, his product owner, because it could be reputation risks, such situation, yeah? Thus we commit to the definition of done and creating working software, one of the main values of Agile Manifesto, yes, creating working software, not just only software. It should be working, and customers, users should be happy. So it's also about commitment. All these values, a bit lacking of values in this situation, or maybe understanding of these values, or it's not shared by everyone in the team. So few more examples from real experience about lacking of some values from Scrum Guide. Lack of commitment. Yes, Scrum Master is not faithfully committed to the principles and values of Scrum. Who have seen such situations? Like, I am Scrum Master, but I will tell you what to do. I am Scrum Master. I have seen such Scrum Masters who comes to the retrospective and say, okay, let's start our retrospectives. I want to start. You, at Friday, commit, push, run. What it was? I will fire you soon if you will do it again. Yeah, because Scrum Master is not committed, not faithfully committed to the principles and to the values. And it's not true Scrum, it's not pure Scrum, because this value is very important. The team should be autonomous and self-organized to get the most of their expertise and collaboration, because people and collaboration over processes and tools and so on, yep. That's our values. And such situation could ruin your processes. And after this we say, no, our Scrum doesn't work. Why? Maybe let's invite some consultancy. Lack of commitment, example number 2. Product owners tries to push dev team, imposing more tasks than by forces, and requires commitment for a certain scope and deadlines. Have you seen product owners who want commitment for the scope? There are some, yep. There are some product owners who sure that planning is for committing for the scope, fixed scope. There are now no fixed scope in Scrum. In the latest Scrum Guide version, they remove commitment from planning event and change it for forecasting, which is more suitable, really. But if we not understand the meaning of the word commitment, because we should be committed to some approach, we should be committed to some process, to some values, not to the fixed scope. It's another kind of commitment, and it's very important. Another example of lacking values, it's lack of courage. Team members avoid courage and open discussions about sore points with each other. So you know, they prefer to make some improvements by themselves, not sharing problems with others, like a team of 3 to 9 supermans who try to do it by themselves. Because they do not have enough courage to come to the team and say, you know, I've just fucked up. Please, sorry, but I need help. Person definitely needs some courage to do this. And after this person also should be sure that he would not be blamed by others. Not to be blamed by others, we need respect value inside our team, shared by everyone, and understanding of the meaning of these values. That's why it's so important. Lack of openness. Nobody speaks openly about major dysfunctions of our system because it's not accepted here. We've never discussed it before. Why you ask me about this? No, you're a manager, go do your things. Yeah? But the team see more because they're inside the process and they feel these dysfunctions. And when you as a Scrum Master, as an Agile coach, come to them and say, yeah, how could I help you? Do you see some impediments, some problems? No, we do not see. Let's finish retro and go back coding. Because they are not open enough. They maybe do not see purpose be opened. Maybe some other examples, but it's definitely lack of openness, because in this company it's not a part of our culture to be open to each other. Different reasons. Another example of lacking of openness, Scrum team doesn't speak openly about existing and identifying problems on sprint reviews. Yeah, you know, we have demo, we know about defects, but let's do some kind of positive demo scenario, happy path, and show it to stakeholders. Our main goal to make customer happy. Yeah? I am really sure that main goal of software development company or Scrum team in software development is not to make customer happy. There are some other organizations which make people happy in different ways. But as for software development, we need to provide working software in time with often delivery rate, working with feedback, and based on this feedback, improve the software, improve our process, and show some sustainable delivery. Yep, not only make them happy. So if we will have problem with openness, of course we will say, yeah, everything fine, everything works, everything okay, and then after release in a few days, customer support will go and, I don't know, kill somebody because a lot of chats, calls, everything doesn't work, everything ugly, and so on. Lack of respect, example. Team members do not respect each other, sometimes hiding critical information. So for example, some very senior technical guy, and only him is responsible for some functionality or maybe for some kind of work, and he doesn't want to share it with other guys from the team because he wants to be a Superman. Or maybe he wants a best salary in this team, and he knows that if he will share this with other guys, they will be also senior as him, and it's not best situation for his inside motivation. Because he doesn't respect the company, he doesn't respect enough well other guys, and do not want to help them become better developers. It's lack of respect, example, and I've seen this unfortunately several times in my career, and I think some of you too. Lack of focus. Yep. Team often loses focus and works on less valuable tasks during sprint. Less valuable but more interesting for them. Have you seen such developers? Yep. Oh, markup, we need to fix markup. No, I want to improve this algorithm. We do not need to improve this algorithm, it works well. Then I will make some small refactoring task. I want it for too long. No, customer waiting for markup on this page. It's very important. Yeah, okay. So the team is not committed enough, not focused enough on the goals of sprint, and we're faced with such problem. Another example of lack of focus, PO cannot formulate the sprint goal on planning because of the loss of focus. Have you seen product owners who say that the goal of the sprint is to complete all the tasks on this board? Yes? Very nice goal. Is it really a goal? If it is a goal to complete all these 20 tasks, then we work with fixed scope. Because the goal is to achieve fixed scope. It's a very strange goal. It's not a goal. Yeah, you can enlarge the sprint. Yeah. Thank you, Artem. So it's all examples from real life. I think it's quite obvious and observed by you usually on your projects. But it's signals where we should start act, because it's signals of lack of values which will definitely lead us to this skepticism and phrases like Scrum is Scrum doesn't work, Agile is who is the Scrum Master, why we need the Scrum Masters. Have you read this article on Dow UA, yes, about Scrum Masters, how useless we are? Yeah, I was motivated to become better Scrum Master. Somebody know? Could we work without these values? Yes, of course. We could do daily stand-ups each day. We could do planning at the beginning of each iteration. At the end, we will show the demo and maybe even do some retro. But if we not share these values inside the group, we will face with all this situation from past examples, and it would be some kind of process. Yes, really. It would be some kind of process, time-boxed process, scheduled process, and it's definitely better than nothing. It's definitely better than chaotic process, and sometimes it could be better than waterfall process. Yes, but at the same time, what we lose if we work in mechanical zombie Scrum, we lose synergy. We really lose synergy of our group of people, because if they work together as a one system, helping each other, respect each other, have enough courage to say about their fails, commitment to result, to process, to values, to focus on goals of the sprint, focus on definition of done, not to lose it on the way. Yes? Openness, are also our values, then we could achieve energy, synergy, and enough energy to do our best. So what to do? Yeah, what to do with this? Few insights from my experience, maybe some also from yours. Stop implementing Scrum. Start growing culture. Stop implementing Agile from Monday. No, enough. Start growing the culture. Make some observation about current situation of the culture in your team, in your group, in your company, about your structure. Is it prepared enough well to start Agile and Scrum? Or maybe it's not appropriate time to start. Maybe we should do some small iteration, iterative and incremental as it is. Change to reduce the risks, not to put all the stones at once. Yes? Self-organization and autonomy, it's very powerful thing, but it's very dangerous. Because if we will make full autonomy without alignment, it would be chaos. And we will lose all our strategy, and we will lose all our focus. So we should do this carefully. Yes? Client and value focus and continuous improvement, not like magic. Bach, bach, and Scrum. Yes? No, it doesn't work in such way. Coach your team and explain the values to them. Coach them. Explain why it's so important. Start from yourself. Are you a believer of these values? Are you fully understand why they are so important? Then you could explain it to other guys. Of course, more than half of these guys will say, leave me alone. You're a crazy, addicted person to your Agile. Somebody pay money for this, I don't know why. We're creating code. You're wasting our time. I don't know why are you here, but it's decision of our management, okay. But please leave me alone. And sometimes it's really harsh. It's disappointment. I was in such situation. And you like, trying to go through the mirror. Then you should wait for a while and start working with other guys. You need to find the change agents. And not always these change agents is at the top of the Scrum implementation process. Not always this is Scrum Masters, for example. Because if the Scrum was started in this company like, let's start doing Scrum from Monday, and our previous team leads would be a Scrum Masters, it doesn't mean that the Scrum Masters already understand the values and how it should work in. And you could be faced with feedback like, we have worked in such way for 5 years, why we should change something? Yes, we have never successfully finished all the tasks in sprint, but it's okay. What's wrong with this? It works in our case. We should continue. We do not want to change anything. So if you want really to change your company, to become more agile, to make a Scrum more successful and powerful tool in your hands, in your organization, to achieve the synergy of the group, you definitely need some change agents inside the teams who would share this with other guys. And if, for example, for today, you are like person with sign plus for Agile Scrum, and somebody is minus, you couldn't find the compromise from the beginning, because minus, plus, it's really hard. But there are some persons inside this organization who are plus minus, and someone who is minus plus, something who is between you. And they could help you to create a bridge in communication, to share what you understand now with those who do not want to understand you, because they understand each other well. So you will need some change agents. And also, if it's a strategical decision to make this, to go this way, for Scrum, Agile, and so on, you need to think about how we hire new members. Hire members who would fit to the culture we want to build. It is really important, because sometimes we make a decision that this guy is technically perfect. He's, I don't know, 10 of 10, like best architect in our country, and we should hire him. But his behavior, his approach, his values are totally different from what we are trying to build. And yes, of course, he would add some value to delivery rate, to quality of code somewhere, but he could ruin the effectiveness of working of all other teams. And it should be taken into account from the beginning. It is really important to hire members who would fit the culture. And also, if we are on transition way from some working for many years company, in one culture to another, you should be ready to say goodbye to someone or to ask them, do they want to stay? If they want to stay, they will need to change. You couldn't change other people. They need to want this. So you should be ready to say goodbye to someone, and you should hire correct culture fit persons. That's it from my side. Thank you. Maybe you have some ideas how to improve or questions. Questions, propositions, ideas. Who should make a decision about firing? Okay, thank you. Nice question. I think it should be common decision for everybody, because if it would be just one person, for example, Scrum Master, for example, me, and I will go to the team next day and say, this person's fired. What would be the reaction? Is it enough respect to other persons from the group, from the company? Because they also have some thoughts about this person. Is it enough respect to this person not to ask him first, do you want to change? Do you have some reasons why you behave this way? Because all our actions caused by some reasons, and we should work with this. Maybe he was previously said that he would be next Scrum Master, and somebody hire you. That's why he behaves not in the way you expect, but he really respect all these values. He's just like in a situation, and you should find a contact with him. So answering your question, definitely it should be discussion with some stakeholders, maybe collecting feedback from the team. How do they feel about this guy? How they would be feeling if we will fire him, not directly, but somehow receive this information, and also speak with him, ask him about his plans. Maybe he also want to leave company, and he will do it by himself. Different situations. Yeah, thank you. I think, yeah, it's a good question. It's a really tough question how to resolve. We always have trial period to look closely on the person. But as for interview in person, you may use some tricky questions like, I don't know, from the beginning, ask some prioritization, what is really important for you to choose the company. Now you are interviewing, and definitely we are not only one company where you have interview. What is the most important factors for you to decide? I don't know, people around you and team, product on which your team are working, distance to company office and office facilities, schedule, how you should visit office, or maybe it's about salary, or maybe it's about adequate management. There are any difference for you? We're using Scrum, Waterfall, and whatever. Yeah. Sometimes I've asked provocative questions like, you know, my position in Levy9 is Agile Coach. Do you know what Agile Coach is working on? And of course, it is easy to see smiles on faces. And there are different smiles, you know. And if you understand body language enough well, so you could understand about the fit to the current situation. And also you may ask questions. Have you experienced before with Agile and Scrum? Could you explain me in a few words what does it mean for you? And maybe what is the worst cases of using Scrum in your past experience? Ask people about something bad. And they will share with you. They will be surprised a bit because strange Agile Coach should be like, oh, Scrum. Yep. But he asked, what is the most shitty situations in your life about Scrum? Person, oh, nice. I could do things with this guy. And we start communicating, and then at the end also you may ask about this question, yeah, about priorities, how to decide where to go. And at the beginning you definitely ask the question, why now you are leaving from the company, why you have left previous company, and you may compare the answers, for example. If the answers was inadequate management, blah, blah, and now you hear that the main for me is a product. I'm really excited of product. You could propose to the person, we have one team with a really awesome new product from scratch, but a bit strange product owner. Are you ready to go there? You say, yeah, of course. Strange difference in answers, yeah, you know. Yeah. I think you should concentrate not on focus, but on this why you have these fires, because you shouldn't have these fires, uh, and it would be better to explore why it's so. But to focus on the goal, you have daily stand-ups. In daily stand-ups, it's not to report to your manager or to Scrum Master or to product owner what you've done. It's not report meeting, it's synchronization meeting to observe how we are close to sprint goal. Do we well good enough or not? Do we enough focused or not? And you may use this small, simple tool to improve focus. Also, you may ask questions during the day. If you see some strange task on board in Jira or on the wall, some new sticky note where refactoring, what is this? From where it comes? Oh, I decided it's very important. Yeah, but we still have 10 sticky notes in to do. Yeah, but I will start from refactoring. No, sorry, we should be focused on the goal of the sprint, which was previously discussed with product owner, blah, blah, blah. Something like this. Any other questions? It's a good question. Yes, first you should answer on the question: do we need? For what problem you want to solve using Scrum? And if you have really problem, then you should ask the next question: does the Scrum the best tool to solve this problem? Yes or not? And if it is the best tool, then you will definitely have some support in the organization, and then you will have some motivation to do some changes and transition from current approach to next one. And then you will need to find the gaps in culture, in structure, and define the strategy step by step how you will do it. And thus you have enough support from the top and of course from the bottom, from the teams. Because if somebody like CEO says tomorrow we will start Scrum, we will not start Scrum. Guys should understand the purpose. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I could imagine. I even don't need to imagine. I'm in very similar case for some time in the past, maybe not. You should find the change agents. And as I already said, it is not the truth that definitely these change agents, these team leads or scrum masters, just find the appropriate person. Just continuously make your work. Provide workshops, provide lections, explain the purpose, work with motivation. Yes, purpose, autonomy, appreciation, instinctive motivation. And in a few months, you will find a few person, and then they will share with other guys. It's like a prophets in medieval, you know. You're going between cities and say, yeah, I have for you Catholicism, just try. And somebody starts, and then somebody other joins. So yeah, sometimes agile is a kind of religion, because we start talking about cultural thing, about building systems with shared understanding and shared values. Otherwise, on the other hand, you could do like push top to bottom and make mechanical Scrum. But is it this tool we want to use? I'm not sure. Thank you, everybody. It was nice to meet you. Add me to Facebook. I will be happy to answer all other questions.